You're listening to
3, 2, 1.
podcast by Paper Film Play.
And it's not only staying there, it's like I don't even know how long it's gonna be. And I had no idea because I've never been to like boys' home or RTC or anything like that. So this is like literally my first time in prison. Then I was like really lost. So the next day, I meet people and stuff like that. So they told me that this is prison life, you know, like you have to do this, that, and blah 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 blah. So it's like, and it's pretty weird for me because it's like it's a different community in prison. It's like they do things like differently, not like with the, you know, not like what we do out here. It's different. It's like they are very like caring towards each other. No matter what race you are, like we are all like in the same boat, you know. So we respect each other. It's like, and we are like very polite towards each other.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So they are actually I really all this while I thought that when you're in prison,
because my mindset when you enter prison, then there will be like gangs waiting for you. Where you have to go to respective which one you choose to.
Exactly.
I mean, it is like that. But it's not like, you know what you see on American TV, like all the Latinos and all the blacks, all the white.
Okay, now the thing is that now I'm curious. Is there any racial grouping?
Racial grouping, no.
Don't have. So everybody is like literally family, things like that.
But we are like divided by gangs. Because there's like a lot of gangs in Singapore. Like different gang, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, we were divided into our own gangs. So like this gang hang out with each other, this gang hang out with each other and stuff like that.
So now the thing is, I'm curious, is there any like so-called fights or staring incidents that still take place inside there?
Yeah, there are. So it's like, usually when that happen, right? I mean, in Singapore, the security level is like very high. So it's like the moment a fight happens and you know, the prison staff just gets into action and stuff like that.
So that's it lah. That one, whoever gets into a fight, they can forget about getting out early or something.
Yeah,
like
they will get extended, and if the fight is like very serious, they can even like, you know, go to court and get charged for new charge and stuff like that. Depends on the fight. So usually when they really want to fight with someone, right? Because like every time a fight happens, right, everything will be like on lockdown. So meaning there's no yard activity for everyone. No, everyone will have to go back to lockup, and it will be like for a few days until they investigate the matter, until it's being resolved and stuff like that. So whenever someone gets into a fight, right, then we were like, man, there goes our yard time. You know,
so yard time is what? Is you?
It's just 1 hour a day.
So what do you do during yard time?
We get to exercise. We get to play sports, meaning basketball and takraw, sepak takraw. Yeah. And I mean, we can't do anything in the cell like physical activities. We can't do it in our own prison cell. So you can get charged for it. So there's no exercising in the cell also. Even though there are people who do it and all that, but it's a chargeable offense.
I have no idea because like I said already, whatever we perceive of the prison is always from the movies. Right? And you see like, wow, they're training, then they get all buffed up, especially when they're in prison. So no physical activities in the cell at all. Wow, I have no idea. How about reading?
Reading,
books? Also, they allow you to study in the cell lah.
Yeah.
Hey bro, I'm just curious. No, I mean that's the thing. Do you do that?
Yeah, I mean like everything that you own, right, in prison is being accounted for. Yeah. You shall not like be caught with having anything extra or anything that someone else doesn't have. No, it's like if you have 3 pairs of pants, you should only have 3 pairs.
Okay, so what happens if you're short of one?
Then you get charged.
You one day need to wear pants.
Okay, next question, right? I've got a friend who's damn curious. You know, when you compare to US TV prisons and you know the local prisons here, So his question was, is it true if I drop a bar of soap? Is there any gay guys over there in prison?
Bro, you can't drop a bar of soap, bro.
So is it true?
No, I'm just kidding.
And nobody is given a bar of soap. All use liquid.
Sekali cry like.
So how, is it true?
I mean, this like is homosexuality thing.
Right.
It's not as bad as how it used to be, but it still exists. This is from personal experience.
Okay, so there is homosexuality.
Yes. Okay. According to the law, right? If you are homosexual, right?
Okay.
You're supposed to declare.
Okay.
So they will put you in a different prison. But however, there's always loopholes, and like there's always like some people can manage to escape that and stuff like that. So that's how it is.
Oh, so you have to declare.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the thing is that, have you seen people approach one another?
Approach, yes. But
Has anyone approached you then?
no.
Okay.
No.
Curious. Is there more?
Thank God.
So one person per cell, is it?
Yeah. No, it depends. They have like 1 man cell. They have like 3 man cell, 4 man cell, and they even have like 8 man cell, which is the dorm.
Okay, so I mean, are they categorized based on?
It all depends on the different cluster. Like they have like cluster A1, cluster A2, and they have the cluster B.
So how do they cluster you? Like, I mean,
it depends on your, every offender there, right? Every inmate, we have our own security level.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
But we wouldn't know what's our security level. Yeah. Only the prison staff will know.
Okay.
So when you're like at a higher security level, they will put you in a single man cell,
Okay.
and you have like different regimes and stuff like that.
Okay.
You have like different clothes.
So now I'm curious, how many men cell were you in?
Initially, I was in a camera cell. So
Camera cell?
yeah.
So what's that?
There's a camera in the cell.
Okay, so were you alone in the cell?
Initially, yes. Then I move on to mixing with 3 others.
Okay, so then after that,
When I decided to go to prison school, then I got into that 8 man cell. Because prison school is all like our security level it's good to go, like good enough for us to like mix around not only with inmates but with teachers and all that. Yeah.
Okay. So that means your security level quite high when you first enter.
Yeah. Technically for all CLDs, right, it's very high because it's all SS related. Gang related.
Okay. So gradually, your security level dropped. So technically, you were improving. You were getting on a better side of things.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way. So that's good. So after that, you studied. Is it 24 hours studying kind of thing?
Okay. About my studies,
No, I mean to clear A level is really something, yeah.
Seriously?
About studies, right? I didn't actually sign up for prison school, right? Because I'm going to go get my O levels, then my A levels, then after that, I'm going to do this outside. No, I didn't plan about anything. Like I just want to go there because like in prison school, I know there's soccer.
Okay.
So which is something that you can't find in any other prison.
Right.
And secondly, it's just that I know that I'm gonna be like not in lockup most of the time. I'm gonna be out in class and study and all that.
Right.
So that was the reason. Then of course another reason is they're gonna lock me up, for don't know how long. Might as well I make use of the money, like.
True. I mean, it's a good thing that you went to study and everything. Yeah.
But
so
then I didn't realize that I did pretty bad for my entry level test. But after that, I studied. It was interesting enough for me because I used to hate maths in school.
Oh, okay.
But I was like really good. Really good as in, not to brag, as in like really good in math. Then I was like, and it's like people can like come to me and ask for solutions and all that, and I can teach them. And I'm a very good teacher. If I know something very well, I can teach you.
Right.
Yeah. So I realized that I'm very good at maths, man. So it's like, Wow.
Maybe all this while you've been training unknowingly, you know. You know what I mean? I don't know what you did during your SS time lah. You know what I mean? You might be selling stuff, you know, calculation, how much to make sure that I've got enough stock for certain things. I don't know. It could be. That's why you're like, you know, hey, maths is actually an everyday thing for you at that time already.
Maybe.
Life skills, bro.
So it's actually joining a gang is a good
Hey, I never.
it's a good experience.
Nobody said that.
I didn't say that.
Nobody said that, man. But I mean, it's interestingly enough is that unknowingly you have been, I believe like you have been learning on your own actually through this time, managing people, you know, and then accounting, technically accounting the way I see it. Auditing also, I'm not so sure lah. I need to stock check all that. I don't know. Because you need to answer to your management, right? Yeah, correct. So he has actually been working all this while, supervisor level. You know?
True.
And I always make sure of the attendance level.
You see? Nobody take MC. Nobody quit,
important,
right? You see? The company he took care of, right? No turnover, you know. Zero turnover, okay? Nobody quit. So he took care of his staff. Okay, so now the thing is that, okay, no, I'm just curious now. The thing is that when you were being brought in, you know, what do your parents say? Your
Okay,
mom
my mom passed away at the age of 41 in 2008.
Okay, sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So I was already like on my own. My dad was always in Malaysia, so he was never in Singapore.
So when you went in at that time, your was your mom still around at that time?
No.
Or she wasn't around at that time?
But my grandma and my uncle was pretty shocked because they had no idea about my gang activities and all that. So, you know, in their eyes, right, I've always been this like, you know, like naughty boy. You know, like,
okay.
Yeah, I did tattoos and all that, but they didn't know that. You know, I was like, I have weapons with me. You know, like I go around hurting people. I was a gang leader and all that. So she had no idea of all that. So when she visited me in prison, and you know, I explained to her why I was in and stuff like that. So they were like, "Wow, really?"
Okay. And so now that let's fast forward right to the time when I have you met good friends inside there?
Yeah, actually, okay, let me just share with you like what actually changed my perspective in life.
Okay.
It was because of this maths test, a class test, which I was the only one who got like perfect score.
Like 100 over 100.
Yeah.
Is it what, A-maths or?
E-maths.
E-maths, okay.
So I went back to myself. As a person, right, naturally I like to analyze things, and people can say that I tend to overthink and stuff like that.
Oh,
but
okay.
I mean, it works for me.
Of course.
You know, yeah.
Okay, when I see people who analyze things, right, I believe that they have foresight, right? Because you have planning. Because when you worry about something, I feel that you're looking ahead. You're looking at how to plan, your life, like in a way. It means like we talk about future planning. That's what I feel like. People who think a lot will look ahead of time. That means like they won't look at present moment, but they'll look about future as well. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Back to your story. Yeah. So after the maths test,
I went back to myself that night. So I was analyzing and overthinking. So when everyone was asleep, right? So I was just like asking myself like, how can this be? You know, like I hated maths. You know, like really hated maths. I used to think that who the F want to sit down and crack your brain, you know, over a maths problem, you know. But now I'm acing it. It's like, what's the meaning of this? Then I tell myself like, anything is possible. So if you really want that thing, right, you can get it and you can get to it. Whatever that you set your goals in life and all that, you get to achieve it if you want it so bad. Then I tell myself, what do I want in my life? Then I realize that the more because I personally, right, I love English subject. So I love to read, and I read more and more about what's happening around the world, about the culture, different cultures, and stuff like that. So my knowledge kind of broadened by that time. So I tell myself like, what have I been doing for the past 22 years of my life? I was arrested at 21. Then it's like all I know was my gang, and my life just revolved around that gang. And I had a job, I had quite a good job in the culinary industry and stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah, I used to
okay.
cook and stuff, but it's just not my passion. I just look at it as a job. Just go to get money. But I didn't know what I was doing. I thought that excuse me. I thought that was life. But then I realized that I need a purpose in my life. You know, like I got slashed before in this like one incident, which I almost died in 2008. But yeah, I'm still alive. Then ever since that day, I always tell myself that there's always a reason, you know, for me being alive. No, I just feel, I mean, I'm not a really religious person, but I'm quite spiritual. So I always tell myself that God spared my life for a reason.
Right.
Yeah. So if He wanted me dead, I would be dead. You know? So I tell myself, okay, maybe I just have to find that reason. So I ask myself, you know, after going through O levels and all that, okay, then I ask myself, okay, what do I want to do in life? What do I really, really want in life? So of course, like my first objective in life is not music actually. It's not to repeat my parents, you know, like history. I wouldn't say it a mistake, like, you know, a failed marriage. Sometimes a failed marriage is not a mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to be mad at them for, you know, being separated and stuff like that. But now as a grown man,
Okay.
I would rather that they leave rather than, you know, staying together just for the sake of other reasons when they're not happy. So that's like my objective in life. I want to be a good parent, a good husband. So if I get married, right, hopefully that is the only marriage, you know.
That you would have.
Yeah.
That actually brings another point, right? Like, you know, if you were to have your family, your own family one day, you know, how would you have done it differently to make sure that your child will not lead the same way or same path as you?
Okay, for me, as I mentioned earlier, it's like if you have a proper family nucleus, right? At least there are always people like to guide you, you know, to tell you, hey, what's wrong, what's right, you know, what's good, what's bad, you know. Because if you don't have like family around, family support, and you tend to look for support or look for advice like outside of your family, and those people, like, you know, out of your family, right, those people who give you advices and, you know, support and all that, mostly it's like it's not really for your own good. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, for example, especially when you're young, right, you're very naive and you're very curious.
Yeah.
Right? So when I was a kid, I wanted to try smoking, right? Of course, my peers would just say, "Eh, kau smoke ni ah." But if that was my family, right, they would tell me that, "Eh, you better not smoke ah." Correct.
True.
Right? Yeah. So it makes a lot of difference. I mean, that is just one of the example. So it's like, because of that, it's like, until now I'm a smoker. You know, because I really like started smoking at a very young age. So if I have a family, you know, like a proper family nucleus, right? My parents would just like check on me. Hey, how come I smell cigarettes on you? You know, that kind of thing, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, of course, as a kid, you would, you know, get into fights with your parents and stuff like that. But they would actually like guide you to the right path. You know, maybe when you're 18, when you want to smoke, okay, by all means. Yeah, stuff like that. So if I were to do things different, like, I would want to like give the proper support, love, attention to my kids, to my wife, and yeah, all of that.
So I'm just curious. Now the thing is that most of the, you know, teaching parents teaching would have actually changed along the way, and then I think most of them would be saying that, you know, I won't cane my child. You know, I will talk to my child. I'll reason things out with them. So with this kind of analogy, do you agree with such a thing?
I actually learned this from my previous relationship and stuff like that. And when I like got with this Western girl, right? So it's like totally different from who I am. I'm not only Asian, I'm like the typical, mud, Malay. And it's like when that person like showed me like how it's done, in the Western world, Western culture and all that, then I realized that it's actually like more and more Asians are actually adopting that mentality, especially like being a parent and stuff like that.
Right.
So as Asian parents, like when your kid cry and all that, they were just like, hey, can you shut up? Like keep quiet, before I smack you.
Okay.
You cry some more.
Okay.
But Westerners, right? They tend to like understand why the kid is crying. They give in. Why are you crying? What's wrong? What do you want? Yeah. So they communicate because they don't because every time it's actually a psychological thing. When the kid cry, right? I mean, we can't communicate with kids like an adult.
Yes.
So we have to like go down to their level and try to understand them. It's because when they cry, they want attention and they need something, right? And you just like tell them, no, shut up. It's like you're telling them that it's not okay to cry. It's not okay to feel human, But Westerners, right? They know that this is a human being. They have feelings. They attend to that feelings.
Right.
So
That's
that's
an interesting
the
point.
Yeah, I learned this from someone.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife does that. She talks to my kid, and there are different types of upbringing, and it's interesting to see that you talk a lot about affection, you talk about attention. It's very it's something new for me to actually see that you. So in other words, I would say that you agree that parenthood comes with caring for the child, and I think you are emphasizing heavily on communication.
Yeah.
And I agree with you as well.
Yes.
To have a really good family bond with one another, I feel that communication is very important with one another, and you have to understand your child also.
Yeah.
So at least they will open up to you if there's anything that they need. So I guess you would want to go to be. You want to be their best friend.
Yes.
That you want to be that person that they want to go to instead of their friends.
Yeah.
I agree with you with that, definitely.
Yeah. And another thing I have to also share with you, right?
Right.
I learn from someone too. I'm not a Google where I know everything.
Okay.
I always learn from someone else, then I share it with others. So what I learned was, that growing up, I don't know if you experience this, but if you get into argument with your family or blah blah blah, your parents or your, they will just tell you to you don't come back, and that kind of thing. That is actually very crucial. Okay. Because once you tell a kid, especially a kid, right? When you tell them you don't come back, it means that you're telling them that is not their home. That's why they tend to run away from home and all that. Because they don't feel like they don't belong. That's not their home. Because you always tell them to, go away, don't come back. Just like what my mom did to me. I send you back to your dad, I send you to your dad.
Okay.
So I don't feel like I belong in that house.
Okay.
So that's very important. So whenever they have problems or what, they will always look for other people, outside of that family, outside of that home. But if you tell them whatever happened, this is your family, okay? No matter what you do, wrong or right, you still have us.
I think I agree with you, because if we look back, right, I believe none of your friends say that to you, hey, you get out, I don't want you to stay here. Have they said that to you?
No.
Yeah, so exactly the
Your
point.
school is watching, is it?
Oh yeah, Orita Sinclair is watching.
So I agree. Yeah, something that I didn't know. So the best is to actually not ever say that, such a thing to your child that, you don't belong in this house. Get out of the house. I don't want to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you kind of trigger the thing that you don't belong. At the same time, you give them the idea as well. Now the thing is that we've heard that you might be going back in.
Yeah, actually. Okay, what happened was, after being in prison for 6 years, right? I undergo a probation for 3 years. So I have time curfews. I have weekly reporting to the station and stuff like that. So all those guys who go through the same thing, we're not supposed to communicate with each other in any way. Not through hi bye, not through texting, not through social media. We're just not allowed. Okay. But what happened was last year July. I'm quite famous on social media, so they know what's happening in my life. I'm into music school and all that, so they know that my time, my curfew time has been extended to a certain degree and stuff. So one of the guys actually like approached me, and I didn't even know him. I didn't even know his name.
Did you know that he was an inmate before? Or
Yeah,
do you know
because
that
we reported at the same station.
Oh,
I
okay.
just know that he's one of those going through probation. Yeah, but we didn't like communicate. Yeah. So he approached me. He said, "Hey, do you know like how can I extend my time, curfew and stuff like that?" So I asked him because not everyone can get that time extension, and if you're trying to tell the cops that like, oh, I need to work overtime, or I need to work, and that is actually not really a valid reason to them. Okay. But this guy, I asked him like, why do you need it for? Before I even like tell you what are the steps to take. So he told me that, oh, I need to work more. And I asked him why. He said that his dad was in ICU and he needed to come up with 14,000 to settle the medical bills and stuff like that. So this happened like around the station area, where we could have been seen talking to each other.
Okay.
So what happened was the other guy, this like Indian guy, another person going through probation and stuff like that. So this guy is actually his neighbor. Like they literally like live in the same block.
Okay, so there is now you're talking to guy A. So now you're talking there's another guy,
B who joined
the conversation.
Yeah, so he was like asking like what happened. Then guy A was like saying, no, I need to settle 14, and can see like he's very stressful. Then I told him that I couldn't be like explaining everything, like how you can get help or how you can pay that 14K, I mean like it will go for hours, like. So I told him, and it's not safe for us to be around here, I can't help you financially. That's obviously, but I can give you some advice if you like share with me your problems, like what actually happened and stuff like that. Maybe I can see what other solutions.
Right.
So I told him, okay, let me just like treat you breakfast, like let's go like somewhere nearby, but not here, Right. So we headed to Clementi area, the central area, and we sat down in one of the coffee shop. So we go and get food, and the moment we got back to our table, right, with our food, then there was a police officer who caught us, and he took a picture of us and saying that we are going to be charged for that, for communicating, for consorting. So we all of us like said, sir, can you just let us off, like we will go back now, like. So we were, okay, one thing you need to understand that we were all using our reporting clothes, meaning there's a dress code, formal, white top and black pants.
Okay.
So all of us were wearing that.
Okay.
So we don't really like that because like, sometimes if we are working, let's say we are working as a delivery guy, right? Then you have to wear those formal stuff. Then you either like get home and change, or you bring your work clothes with you. So it's a hassle for us. But they don't see that part. They don't understand. And it's weekly reporting. It's like every week. So, and we already have a tough time like looking for jobs. Like who would want to hire us? We have time curfew, and we have like weekly reportings. Meaning like, oh, I tell my boss, every Thursday I can't come in to work, or I can only come in like afternoon. So we already have like
it affects the operation in a way.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's very hard for us to get employed stuff. So what happened was we were charged for that. So they said that you guys are not supposed to communicate with each other. But I explained to them that like, yes, I do know that, but the thing is, one, this wasn't planned. if I were to plan to meet them, like to do something or stuff like that, I would rather like all of us like go home, change our clothes,
Right.
and go out, right? Yeah, but this is really like I was just being there. I know it was an offense, it was a breach of a condition, but I did it because I wanted to help this guy, because I was worried because he's in his 40s, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
And can see that, he's trying to be a better person. After prison, he tried to go to work, provide for his family, take care of his dad and stuff like that. So I'm just afraid that because he's not someone who's like highly educated and stuff like that. So I'm afraid for him. I'm scared that he might go back to his old ways just to find money, especially that 14,000. And 14,000 is a lot. Yeah. So usually when you're very stressed, you will be desperate. And when I thought that people like him, if he's desperate enough, he might go to illegal means and stuff like that. So I don't want that to happen to him. So I don't want him to go into that path.
Right.
So that was why I was there.
Then how about the other guy?
The other guy was his neighbor. So it's like, he joined in,
lonely lah.
And they known each other for so long.
So that means the guy also also gonna be charged as well.
Yeah, all three of us. Yeah.
Wow.
But I've been hiding this from everyone. The one close to me is like my producer, my manager, guys from Paper Films, and my school, my family.
Right.
And I've been hiding it from everyone, especially on social media. Whenever the media interview me and stuff like that, I never share with them this. So you guys are the first media to cover this story.
I mean, what's your reason for not sharing it?
Because when I say that I'm going back to prison, right, the first thing that will come to people's mind is that, see, he's going back.
True.
It's like,
I won't deny that.
they just see me as, I failed, he's repeating his past, he's going back to his old ways and stuff like that. But they don't know that I'm not in prison for a crime. I'm just gonna be in because I breach a condition.
You breach a condition because you cared.
Yeah, because I can.
Yeah.
And my school, even though I've graduated, right, they were the one who engaged a lawyer for me and settled every fee for me.
Wow.
Yeah. And they got me a very good lawyer. That lawyer of mine used to be an ex-DPP prosecutor.
Okay.
Even he was taken aback why are they being so harsh on me to I mean, they're gonna put me back in prison. I don't know yet. It's on this Wednesday is my court date. So that's when I'm gonna know whether I'm gonna be in for a year or 2 or 3. Because minimum is 1 year, maximum is 3 years. So the judge will decide.
But the thing is that they can also check the background check of the guy that you are talking to. If they don't believe your story, they can always see if the guy, his father, is it?
We already provided everything.
The evidence and everything.
Yeah. We did all the appeals, we kind of cry, to them, saying that, hey, I've been good, and
you've
not
been
only
clean for so long.
Yeah, and I've been doing exceptionally well.
Yeah,
because
you are,
I'm making music, I'm giving talks and all that, sharing my experiences so that it can inspire others and all that. But still they don't see all this. But they just say that, a law is a law. No, you break the law, you break the law.
Yeah. No, the thing is that I didn't even know that probation had such a thing where, if let's say you guys are on probation, you're not supposed to talk to each other.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea that there's such a thing.
They actually revised this law just this year. So, yeah.
They don't have it last year?
They have it last year. So, this year it was being revised. As in, it's more lax.
Oh.
But I don't know how, exactly.
It's more what?
More lax. That means they have lightened it in a way it's not so serious as before. Yeah.
Okay.
Then,
So that means it would have been worse if it's last year.
no,
Is it? You have to get
no, it's
It
just that,
will be better if it happened this year. Because now it's lighter. Like the last time was worse.
So you got last year.
yeah.
Yeah,
because of
like
yeah.
logically it's not fair. Yeah.
So my lawyer like asked the judge,
Yeah,
like,
it's
you know,
true.
like you guys have revised this law, so why are you still like proceeding with the charge? And they just say, at that point of time, that was the law.
No, I mean like if you're talking about yellow ribbon thing, like you're supporting the
Second chances.
giving second
you
chances,
know.
then you shouldn't do all this.
No,
right?
the thing is that second chances is one thing, but he has already proven the achievements that he has.
Yeah, exactly.
done in
He's
life,
been
you know what I
going
mean?
to school, then
Yeah. That's the thing. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense.
there's one thing that I'm confused as well.
The society has been great. My family has been great.
Right.
And people like you guys have been great towards me, you know. All the support, all the love. Like, I can't even like pay it with money, you know. It's like, but I just don't understand why there are group of people, a group of organization that just want to make things hard for me. I don't know if they just want to see me fail. They just want to see me, you know, like fall down or give up. I don't know. But definitely that I can see that they're trying to make things hard for me.
No, the thing is that sometimes, you know, when people do this kind of thing, there probably have been people before you that spoil the market lah. You know, they
Yeah.
might have actually given second chances, but then some people took advantage of it.
Yeah,
And then it's just your luck that you happen to be at the wrong time,
yeah.
you know, that this charges set in. And it's set in last year, not with the newly revised probation.
But I mean,
terms.
you have to take everything into consideration, right?
Exactly. I
You
mean,
cannot just like, you.
yeah. But anyway, your probation is going to be how long?
Probation?
Yeah, I mean, okay, if let's say, I mean, understand that you had to report every week, right? It was for how long?
3 years.
Oh, it was for 3 years. So you were at the third year already or second?
I'm done. I'm done.
That day when you were having your probation,
It's still probation lah. The day that you cannot cut.
Yeah, I was still probation.
but when was it supposed to end?
This year September.
Oh,
I
crap,
just-
man.
Yeah.
It's about to, like, everything sweet already.
I mean, it's stupid, right?
Yeah, I mean, I won't challenge the authority lah. I mean, there's a reason for certain
Yeah.
things on why they implemented, you know. But it's better that they look at it case to case basis,
Yeah.
you know, and to see your so-called the things that you have done for the previous
Yeah.
years since the time when you're out.
And I'm not like saying all these things just like by word of mouth, you know. It is with proof, you know, like substantial proof, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing very well. It's like I have my music out there. Not only out there, it's like, I mean, nowadays anyone can make music. But my song got accepted for the local radio and all that.
Right.
You know, like people recognize me. And it's very hard for people to accept me because look at me. It's like I have tattoos all over me. And I call myself a Muslim and all that, but I have tattoos, you know, like, but I'm an ex-offender and all that, but they can still accept me. So that says a lot. They won't accept me if I'm still that boy, you know,
Right.
9 years ago. I don't think anyone would accept me. I don't think you guys would even want me here, right?
I mean, the way you talk and the way you answer questions clearly tells on where you're at. Where you're at right now and who you are right now.
Yeah.
You know.
So the question is, if the society can accept him, why is the system making things hard? That's the question actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely it is a question that we will all.
Yeah,
You know,
they are supposed to
wonder.
be the first one who like, okay, telling people we need to give these people the second chance.
right.
But now everybody is giving him a second chance, but these people are giving,
No chance.
yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, it's not as, I mean, if listening to the story is not, it's a stupid thing lah. If you want to judge somebody, this one is basically, it's not talking about the system, it's the people in the system.
And the thing is that they already inform you, you know, that you're not supposed to do this,
Yeah.
you know. But the thing is that whether you like it or not, sometimes as human beings, right, you know, affection, you know, and concern gets the best of you. And in this case, is that it's just so unlucky that when you actually care for someone, you know, out of pure good intentions, the law looks at it differently. You know, that's why I said case to case basis.
Yeah.
You know, they have to look into it. And
Yes. I mean, I'm a man. You know, I accept things as a man also.
Okay.
And if you are telling me that I'm going to be punished, I'm responsible for this and all that, okay, I can take it, because I know that when I decided to help him out, I know that it's an offense already, right? So I'm willing to pay the price in a way. I'm willing to pay the price, but I didn't know that the price was this expensive.
It's really one hell of
for doing that and a year in prison or 2 or 3, I don't know. Like, is that just?
Yeah. What is it? I mean, you are just starting to climb, you know, and then it's like you're back to square one again.
Yeah. And it's like they really like time it like perfectly, you know, like just when I graduated my school, just when I end my probation, and all this happened like within this 1 month, and now I'm going back in. When this thing happened like last year.
You're about to end your probation some more. Maybe September ended. Yeah. So
it's like I was like super excited, you know, like to finally like, you know, try to maybe like apply for a job with my diploma, with my new music diploma and all that, and I can actually like venture, you know, like go overseas, make music with the people in Malaysia, Indonesia, but I can't. Why? It's because I'm going back in for helping this guy.
I wouldn't say that, you know, helping, because it sounds a little bit off, but rather I'll put it that way, that for caring for someone,
for caring.
you know, for showing concern for someone, you know, and the thing is that your intentions were pure. You don't want him to repeat the same thing. You know, and the thing is that if you are actually doing something good, I don't see a reason why, you know, you're trying to help Singapore here as well. Why do you have to be punished for trying to help? Like, you know, minimize the bad things from happening. You are trying to minimize the bad things. It doesn't make sense that when you try to minimize the bad things, you are being charged for it. Why are you being punished for it? So to me, I just find that it doesn't make sense. You know?
You know, there are people like tell me, hey Crow, you need to save yourself first.
Correct.
In order to save others, you know. It's like not being selfish, but sometimes you have to be selfish. You have to save your own ass. Like, but then I always tell them that if I were to turn back time, right, I would still do the same thing. Because it's not because like I don't regret my actions or I'm not remorse. It's because this is how I was programmed, you know. The experiences I've been through in life made me this person, like, you know, this compassionate person who cares for others. Despite of all of my struggles, I have my problems too, you know. I have my, like, you know, insecurities, I have my own problems, but I will still help others if I can, you know, or find a way to help someone if that someone is in need. So that's just me. So if I were to turn back time also, I would still be me, you know. I would still like be worried for him. I don't want him to, you know, like get into trouble. I don't want him to go back to his way. I will still be me. I can't be that person who just said, oh no, sorry bro. It's like, we can't talk, you know, like I'm not supposed to talk to you.
I'm just curious now. Okay, if let's say you were to communicate with him in the police station itself, would things have been changed? I mean, would things be different?
No.
It will still be the same?
Yeah, because we are not supposed to communicate in any way.
Yeah, I mean, we just have to see what
we just have to see on this Wednesday. That's why me and my manager and you guys have been rushing the next single, just for it to be done just before Wednesday.
Okay. I think we'll wrap it up. You know.
You have anything to say?
Anything to say to everyone?
Me sharing all this, right? It's I just want people to be aware of the struggles, like, of ex-offenders. You know, it's not like you only know that there's a stigma for us. You know, like it's hard for us to get jobs and all that, but you don't know like the details of it. Why is it hard for us to get a job? No, right. It's because of all these things like probation, for curfews. You know, like people don't know all these details. Whenever people just say, hey, come hang out with us. Oh, we forgot you got probation. People will always tend to forget. Even like my close friends will forget. Oh yeah, I forgot you got curfew. When they're always with me. So it's like the public will always be they won't be aware of all these things. Like, why is it hard for people like us? So I'm just here to raise awareness, and of course I want to share my story so that others can learn from it also.
Right.
I mean, you can feel free to agree to disagree and all that with me. I'm not always right, but I'm not always wrong either. I know what's right and what's wrong, and I'm not here to even challenge the authority, saying that what you guys did to me, it's really unfair and all that. Life is already unfair. I just hope that I don't want those people to make things difficult for me. Yeah, that's all. That's the reason I'm sharing this.
I guess most of the people will say if you know that life is going to be so hard, why cause trouble in the first place? They're probably going to say that, right? But then again, everybody has different pace and different time to grow.
Yeah.
And the thing is that we spoke about being a good parent. It could have started since you were young. Yeah, and if we want to actually prevent this from happening, if let's say things started off right for you when you were young, I'm sure your path would have been different.
Yeah, it would have been different. But will it be a good one? I wouldn't know, right?
True. Exactly. So obstacles, we don't know what will be ahead of us.
Yep.
But it's how we're going to work around it.
Yes. It's like no man has the ability to change his or her past, but what he or she does today determines his or her future.
It's been a long one, but it's definitely great to have you on this show. And share a little bit more insights about your past life, and then how we can actually help one another. At the same time, the importance of childhood. And it's been great to have you, man, bro. Thank you so much for coming in.
I just hope that I didn't stretch your time for too long.
No. I mean, it's good. I stretch it, but the thing is that it's good, and I feel it was a good sharing session, especially from you. And people will say that ex-offenders, they would be the people, they will never change. And the thing,
stigma of the society.
Yeah, exactly. It's a stigma. But then again, like I said already, why stereotypes happen is because people spoil the name. And that's why I always say it's always case to case basis.
Yep.
And like I said already, I interviewed you for a reason. I gave you a list of questions, and how you actually work around it was also the reasons to have people to understand you better as a person and the decisions that you would take. So I'm sure that from this podcast here, you can see what kind of person Yuzree is, or Crow. And you can see what kind of decisions and things that he would actually take. So, I hope this podcast can actually help people understand you better as a person.
Yep.
And, and not because that you're going in and it's because you try to help someone. You cared for someone first before yourself.
Yeah.
And now you have to go back in. And the law is not going to be kind on that part. And it's kind of sad to see that, you caring for people going back to the bad ways, and then this thing happens to you. So, I hope that we'll still be kind to one another, but at the same time, we have to actually take care of ourselves first, technically. Okay, and we definitely wish you all the best, and we hope to hear good news from your hearing. And until then, I think that's it. So we'll just end off. So thank you again.
All right, thank you,
guys. Thank you. Okay, I'd like to thank Royale Ergonomics for sponsoring this podcast. Yes, and the chairs are awesome to sit on, premium quality, automotive grade leather, and
customizable.
Yeah, definitely customizable. And not only that, their lumbar support is really something, and they have gone through really major R&D to actually come up with the most comfortable and supportive lumbar support for your back for long hours, especially for us. So we'd like to thank Royal for that. So for more information, you can actually drop by their website in the link description below. Okay, thank you.
You're listening to
3, 2, 1.
Podcast by Paper Film Play.